Experts say decision to lay off Implats workers could bring more trouble. And Western Cape school taxi driver to be sentenced today for murder. I'm Lebo Changela with this news update. Labour expert Harry Bell says a decision by Impala Platinum in Rustenburg to lay off over 2,000 workers could bring more trouble to an already volatile situation. The man announced after talks with unions that 15,000 of the 17,000 striking workers would be re-employed. Workers embarked on industrial action 5 weeks ago. Bell says the problem seems far from over.
If the management insists on hiring fewer workers once again, especially a company that is making very good profits, quite honestly, it's a recipe for disaster. And they will have to, I think, rethink their position. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot more trouble. As regards the legal aspect of it, well, that would have to go to court, and that could take a long time. That's one of the problems, and this is something that needs to be settled as
Sentencing is expected in the Western Cape High Court in Cape Town today, and the murder trial of school taxi driver Jacob Humphreys. Humphreys has been found guilty on 10 murder charges after his taxi carrying school children was hit by a train at a level crossing in Blackheath about 2 years ago. Vanessa Puna reports.
All eyes will be on Western Cape High Court Judge Robert Henny when he passes sentence today. Last week, the defence and state wrapped up closing arguments in mitigation and aggravation of sentence. The state has asked the court to impose a prison sentence, but defence advocate Johan Engelbrecht says jail time will not necessarily serve as a deterrent to other possible offenders. The National Prosecuting Authority insists that a lengthy jail term would be the only relevant punishment in this case. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.
A 33-year-old man is expected to appear in the Khayelitsha Magistrates Court on the Cape Flats today in connection with the rape and murder of a Cape Town girl. 8-year-old Zikhona Qayi was found dead in Dunes in October last year. She had allegedly been lured away from her house by a man while playing with friends at her house. 2 months later, a relative was arrested in the Eastern Cape. Police have said the accused has confessed to the charges of rape and murder. And civil rights organization or FIFORUM will today march to the embassies of Cuba, Russia, Angola, the United States, as well as the union buildings in protest against what it calls the one-sided communication around the history of the country. They'll be joined by former members of the SADF, as well as artists such as Steve Hofmeyer, Andries Hendrik Potgieter, Adam Das, and Gerry Pretorius. Around 300,000 members of the public will also follow the march via social networks such as Facebook and Twitter. FIFORUM Deputy Head Ernst Root says they will deliver a memorandum and book detailing the Afrikaner population's contribution to the history of the country to the various embassies.